Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Spyro for Year of the Dragon, Part 13. There's some gems left in this level, in this midday garden, some hiding gems, not really hidden gems, they're more distant gems that are in areas we haven't really explored yet in this homeworld. There's only one more level left in this homeworld. I haven't visited yet. Going here is where the hot air balloon is, it'll take us to the next homeworld. There are some gems in there, some gold gems, which I believe are worth 10 gems each. This panda we rescued from the last level is saying that we're almost done building that hot air balloon, but there's still one more person missing, and we're gonna find that one missing creature, one missing citizen of these dragon worlds, these hidden dragon worlds, or they call them, and then we can build that hot air balloon and send it off to the next homeworld, the Evening Lake, as was kind of teased in the last level that we're going to be going to the Evening Lake next, based on the evening time of the day. Since all the homeworlds in this game are based on different times of the day, these hidden gems I didn't bother to collect until this point. Most of them are just red and green gems. And there's that thing there. We could break that easy with the super flame breath that we could use. Use that same super flame breath we used to destroy those potted plants. Then we get to destroy that almost indestructible, or that otherwise indestructible, container that's holding some gems. A gem container, I guess is what you could call it. Container of gems. I'm just gonna grant myself this power so I can run over there and destroy that container. Most of you would expect something like this to carry like a small fortune worth of gems. We're just a bunch of gems that aren't really worth a lot that just came out. I don't care how much they're worth. Gems are still gems, and now we have all the gems in the level. Level complete. We've now 100% completed the midday gardens. And we can go to this level, our last level. We could have gone to this level since we first entered this homeworld. This just happens to be the last level I chose. Spooky Swamp. Ooh, sounds like Spooky Hollow. Sounds like some spooky, stupid kids' Halloween movie or something like that. Spooky. It's a spooktacular. Spooky, like an Ubi Halloween. It's spooky. I imagine spooky stuff would jump out at us and be like, "Yeah!" And we just punch it in the face, and then it's like Adam Sandler in Ubi Halloween. Ubi, is that you? Did you wet your pants again? No, I didn't. I rescued Homer the Firefly. Oh! Rescued Homer the Firefly. And all the characters of this level seem to speak in haiku for some reason, which is a Japanese form of poetry, so I'm guessing this level is supposed to be based off Japan, pretty much. In Japanese, we were in China in the level room before, now it looks like we went over to some place in Japan. It's kind of ironic they put so much Japanese and Chinese stuff in this game, considering the fact that this game was not released in any of those countries. This is the only PS1 Spyro game I know of that was not released in Japan. It's almost like it's almost like the people at Insomniac Games knew this wasn't going to get released in Japan. They purposefully made Kimono wearing Rhinox go and attack those Chinese pandas in another level. It's like symbolism. I think they were secretly being symbolic all along, maybe making a statement about how it's almost like a tragedy that Spyro wasn't popular in Japan. Spyro could have been really big in Japan, but he wasn't, all because of some stupid localization crap that happened with his first two games. And this level plays what sounds like a remix of the Sunrise Spring, or sounds kind of like a Sunrise Spring. They reuse, or they take similar songs and try to kind of like remix them a bit, kind of like what Stuart Copeland did with the Spyro 1 soundtrack, and that's present in this soundtrack too. I'm starting to see more, references and similarities. I'm starting to think this game is actually more closely related to the original Spyro than it is to Spyro 2. There's even another reference to the original Spyro. I don't think these were in Spyro 2 at all. Remember they had a lot of these in Spyro 1. Those locked up containers, those locked up treasure chests, where you have to find the key somewhere hidden in the level. Then you can bring the key to that and open it, like as if it were in a Legend of Zelda game or something like that. You're gonna light the candle. We'll light that second candle in that very Japanese looking candle lantern, or whatever you call it. And there's a egg hiding right out in plain sight. Michael Jackson. There's a lot of Michaels. One of the most common names there is. Michael Jordan. It's one of the most common names around. It's more common than John, probably. I've known way more Michaels than I have of Johns. And there's some enemy just got fried, and more of what you would typically expect from a Spyro level. Just cleaning out everything, just frying stuff, and charging into those green monster things, those green monster alien things. And there's another one of these things. These things would be very challenging to break. If we didn't have the head bash, that is, but we still have the head bash from Spyro 2. And there's that guy. It looks like he came from a McDonald's Happy Meal. I remember seeing a McDonald's Happy Meal toy. It looked somewhat like him. I remember it was in some video I saw well over a decade ago where some Australian guy buys a burger, buys a kid's meal from McDonald's and from Burger King, and he feels them up and sees how they age over time, and they look unrecognizable in like a year or 6 months or a year later. You can't even tell the difference. Or because there are starts to be like some ways, because some people say McDonald's burgers don't age at all. Like the guy kept a hamburger in his pocket for like 14 years. When it was found after 14 years, it still looked the same as it did 14 years earlier. McDonald's burgers never age. Just like Spyro, he never ages either. Spyro was pretty much always a kid in all of his games. We never see an adult Spyro. I mean, there supposedly was a picture of an adult Spyro in the instruction manual for the original game, but we never actually got to see Spyro grow up and become an adult dragon. And maybe that's for the better. We don't really want to imagine Spyro as an adult dragon. And now I've run into this shyster Moneybags again. Spyro's probably going to be living in a gutter by the time he becomes an adult, because Moneybags keeps making him pay all the time. Just forced us to fork over some more gems, just so we could open up a stupid door he may have been able to sneak past anyways. I mean, some speedrunners found ways to sneak past these hidden, closed, locked up doors. I'd be surprised what speedrunners are capable of. Like the guy that completed Ratchet & Clank Going Commando only using a wrench, but he only did it in 7 minutes. That's pretty impressive, I'd say so myself. I'm gonna collect all his gems, and this guy's at the end. This guy's gonna let us out of the level. You know, the level's not really finished yet. There's still some stuff we haven't collected yet. We're gonna have to play as Sheila again and fight a boss. Yeah, that's right, there's a boss in this level. A hidden boss, kind of like that boss we saw in the Metropolis level in Spyro 2. Only this guy's a lot easier. He's a pathetic wuss compared to the one from the Metropolis level in Spyro 2. There we go, lit all those lanterns. And break that, and I think over there, yeah, that's where you can play as Sheila right there. I'm gonna play as Sheila, but we're not gonna do that yet. We're gonna fight the boss. What kind of boss is this we're going against? Oh look, it's the Sandman. He looks like the Sandman from that live-action Hansel and Gretel movie I saw back in 2008. The main hero of that movie was a Sandman guy that kind of dresses like that, and he kind of throws bombs and magic. And this game came out before that movie, so maybe they got their idea from this game. He's gonna throw his minions. This isn't really much of a boss fight at all. He just throws minions at you, kill them off, and then charge into those Acme bombs, and then it destroys part of his health. He's already lost half of his health. He hasn't even laid a finger on me yet. He has nothing. He's never laid a finger on my Butterfinger. Nobody lay a finger on my Butterfinger. And there we go. I already hit him. Look, his health is like 75% gone already. Maybe he's like half asleep. Because he's kind of sleepy. Maybe that's why he's having so much difficulty trying to kill me. Because he's sleepy. He's dozing off. Like a lot of other people. I mean, I doze off during my work days a lot of the time. Because they're boring and dull, because there's nothing for me to do, so I just sit there and wait for stuff to happen. I mean, Mr. Bean's job was kind of like that in his first movie, where he just dozes off while he's working at the security guard job at the art gallery, which caused him to get sent to America. They deported him to America, pretty much, because he just wouldn't do his job in the UK. That's going to be a perfect way for people who want to go to America. Just slack off on your job wherever you are, and maybe they'll send you to America then. Sounds like a pretty decent plan. I mean, a lot of Americans are lazy anyways, so I guess that's perfectly justified or perfectly fair. We're coming across Sheila again. Yeah, I remember Sheila the kangaroo. One of the few times we'll see her in this homeworld. Everyone's favorite Spyro character, the Jar Jar Binks of the Spyro games, Sheila the kangaroo. Yeah, Sheila's not that bad of a character. She's pretty cool. She's a pretty cool introduction to, the concept of new characters in these games. New characters. The fact that we could actually play as characters in this game that aren't Spyro the Dragon, I guess she's going to be permanently etched into Spyro history for that very reason. And just going around, just scouting around. We actually are going to do a challenge here. It's similar to that Alchemist challenge from Spyro 2. But before we do that, I'm just going to scout around here and try to collect all the gems, clean out the whole area, clean out the whole section, rid it completely of all these gems. Getting every single gem as possible. Full enough money to keep Moneybags away from us. The more gems a day keeps money bags away, or something like that. Wouldn't just be 1 gem a day, because Moneybags never charges 1 gem for anything. Everything he charges costs at least 500 gems or more. Eventually, it's probably going to be 1,000 gems or more minimum, considering with inflation and all that crap that's happening. Because, inflation's a common factor in these games that are made by Insomniac Games. They knew about inflation a little way too well, I'd say so myself. I'm gonna go and collect all these gems here. I love that sound that it makes when Sparks picks up a gem. I remember first hearing that sound when I played the demo for Spyro 2 way back in the day. It's stuck with me ever since. When I find coins on the street, I always pick up every single coin I see on the street, and then I always play that sound and I pick one up, find a penny lying on the ground like, I actually got kind of rich. One time I remember at school I would collect so many coins I'd find lying around, and then I actually legit use them to buy a bunch of video games once after 6 months of collecting tons of coins. I seriously did that once. Some people were impressed, like, whoa, you're really making a lot of money there. And some kids were kind of like jealous of me for the fact that I made way more money than them on stuff like that. And then I remember when I was in the 8th grade, I used to do that a lot, and I got labeled as the class Jew for doing that. That's the title I won. It's like in the yearbook when it says like this is what your title was for this is what your title was for that in the yearbook, and that was my title. Yeah, kids in middle school are cruel. They're some of the cruelest kids around. That's why I severed ties with my middle school completely. And I like to pretend it doesn't exist. I was always taught in middle school it's okay to pretend things don't exist. So, that's exactly what I like to do. Maybe that's one of the most meaningful things I've learned in middle school. Pretending things don't exist is simply saying it doesn't exist. I bet most of those kids would probably say Spyro 3 doesn't exist. Or like all those kids I knew back in 2008 that used to tell me a jumping flash was a made-up game, a fake game, it doesn't exist. I remember my former friend was like big into the whole jumping flash doesn't exist stuff. And then I used to call him and his friends that he brainwashed into thinking he was fake, the Jumping Flash is Fake Committee. I was writing a document about that months ago, about my experiences in a social group that I attended from 2007 to 2017. And I remember that was like a big part of it. I mostly made that for a friend that was interested in my stories from the past. And we just rescued Peggy now. Peggy Sue got married long ago. There's another egg too that's supposed to be rescued. 1 egg cage remains. They're still speaking in haiku. Everyone speaks in haiku in this level. I remember watching like the music or seeing the music, what do you call it, like the video, not a music video. It's like one of those videos on YouTube. They take a still image of something and they play the song, the piece of music from the game over it. It was for this music, the Spooky Swamp from Spyro 3, and the person that uploaded it asked if all the comments could be written in haiku. I wish I could write comments in haiku. Heck, I was even considering doing this entire commentary in haiku, but that'd be way too challenging. I don't even really know what a haiku is. I know it's some kind of Japanese poetry. I remember doing some project of it in elementary school, but that's all I really know about haiku. I don't really know anything about haiku, what it is, or what its purpose is. What's the meaning of haiku? What's the purpose of it? Why would anyone speak in haiku? Only it's because they spoke prose, you'd found out they'd have nothing to talk about. Like that Jeremy Hillary boob where he speaks in rhyme. Only haiku doesn't really seem to rhyme. Or at least that's the impression I got from looking at all the haiku dialogue they have in this game. There we go, we rescued the other egg, Michel. We rescued Michael, and now we rescued Michel, the French variant of the name Michael. It's been rescued.
The eggs are all free. 2 dragons are born today.
So I guess all the dragons are immediately born once we rescue their eggs. So I guess it's like, we're birthing tons of dragons, or allowing tons of dragons to be born right in front of our very eyes. So I guess we truly are preserving life and saving dragon kind and making sure they won't go extinct. Well, that's the main premise of this game, pretty much. A race to save a species from becoming extinct. A battle to save your species. That's pretty much what this is. I know there's still some gems hiding here. Yeah, there is one. It's hiding behind that wall there. You have to jump and kick it. And it reveals where all these hidden gems are. These actually are more hidden gems. What would this game be if there weren't any hidden gems? Insomniac Games really did go overboard of hiding gems in the walls. I'm pretty sure each of those like little openings there, weren't really opening, but those enclosures, those small, tiny enclosures there, hide at least several hidden gems. Or just one gold gem like that just gives you 10 gems a piece. The denominations of gems pretty much remain the same since the first game. Just gonna go hopping around here, trying to find where those blasted gems are. I know there's another, oh, there's another one there, another cracked up wall that we could just kick out down and get the gems out of there. There's a gem hiding behind that gate, that metal gate. If you think just to run around and find it, there's actually a very easy way to find that last gate. If you run all the way back to the end here where we rescue the eggs, it's actually not hidden behind a crack wall. It's hidden behind a brick wall. It's not cracked. That's the first time I've ever seen them put a wall that wasn't cracked and had it be something you actually had to destroy. Wonder how long it took so many kids in 2000 to figure out you're supposed to kick down that brick wall. I'm pretty sure I figured that out back in 2012 when I'd play this game. I mean, I'm pretty sure I figured out a good majority of this game, and I very seldom used guides on YouTube. And now I'm pretty much making my own guide on YouTube right now. More than, like 14 years later, and I'm actually making my own guide finally. And I think there's gems and an egg left in this level. Or was it glide over to this and get the Christmas gems, the red and green gems? And there's an egg over there. If you're off in the far distance, there's an egg hiding on there. If they were to make this game anymore, reminiscent of Spyro 1, they would just make it so Spyro just plops and falls down as soon as you press triangle and not do the hover move. That was introduced in Spyro 2. Rescued Franklin, most common names ever. Really went overboard to putting common names in this level. There we go, 6 out of 6. We got all the eggs, and now there's still some gems left. And again, those gems are the ones that are locked up in that locked up treasure chest we saw at the beginning of the level. And we open that up by finding the key to it, which is what we're going to get. The key to the treasure chest. Keys always lead to treasure chests. They always lead to something, at least that's how Spyro's logic works. Unless it's the key to the sprinkler system, but I doubt they have one of those. Oh man, they probably do have a sprinkler system somewhere. Let's collect that golden key, and we're gonna go find what it opens. I know some of so it's close to the beginning of the level. It's doing that thing again, like what it does with that question mark potion bottle thing, where it makes us run all the way back to the beginning. Each time we destroy it, it lures us to the beginning. Saw one in the previous level. And this is a similar thing. Make us run from one end to the level, all the way to the other end of the level, just so we could get the last remaining gems. Well, Pac-Man had to eat all those Pac dots to complete the level, and we had to collect all the gems to complete our levels. Level complete. This level is now 100% complete. Pretty much all levels in this world could be 100% completed without backtracking, except for that level we're in before, the Bamboo Terrace. And that's only because it requires a character that we haven't unlocked yet. I'm starting to think they put so many characters in this game because they really want to give Spyro more powers, but they're probably running out of ideas due to the fact he's a quadruped. And what more could Spyro possibly do? He couldn't really do anything more. Just introduce more characters instead. Pretty sure that's why they add more characters.
Hurry, Spyro. The whirly gig awaits you.
This guy's just gonna say that there's
Shall be yours.
that the hot air balloon's now finished, so we can fly to the next homeworld. Ray Phoenix signing out.